Alright, this is DC Challenge issue 2. I like the way they have incorporated the question mark onto every cover of the series. Nice implementation of a motif. This one is by Lenny Wein and Mike Patton. Part 2 of this wacky experiment that DC did. The idea is that every issue of the series has a different creative team. And it's a bit like Mad Libs. We have a recap, a 2-page recap, but it is a meta recap with Lenny Wein and Mike Patton talking about the last issue. The last issue wasn't very good, but I do hate people writing themselves into a comic. Animals Man is an exception. I think you have to really earn the right. Jason Byrne in Fantastic Force, he did it. I didn't like that. I liked his stories, but I think that is a good example of how much it actually takes to earn the right. Jason Byrne still didn't earn the right in my eyes. Van Morrison in Animals Man is almost the only one I can think of where I am okay with it. I feel unkind towards it every other time. Some of this recap is helpful and actually essential. They mention an idea I never got from issue 1, something I didn't pick up on. Batman, he got a videotape in the mail from someone claiming to be the Riddler. Meanwhile, Wonder Woman and Chris Pine were sent to stop a small nuclear weapon. And then, at the end of the issue, Batman found out that Gotham City was going to be nuked in 8 seconds. What I missed, what maybe the first issue did not succeed at saying, was that the videotape Batman received is in fact the nuclear weapon Wonder Woman was after, and it is that which is going to blow up Gotham City in 8 seconds. The first issue was crappy, but a lot of people took issue with me piling on Mark Evanier, and it's true, I don't think much of him or his career, but I will keep it strictly DC Challenge. I thought his ideas and his story were below pedestrian. They were lacking anything that truly embraced the notion of DC Challenge being wild and unpredictable. It felt like a less than average fill-in story for Justice League of America. I don't care if he let us grow. I don't care if he wrote Garfield. You put him next to Lenny Wein, an accomplished, successful comics writer, and it's inappropriate. It's very clear who the professional comic book writer is and who the professional hanger-on is. This opening bit requires a lot of artistic license. I would say too much artistic license. We have 8 seconds until Gotham is obliterated by a videotape nuke. And the idea is we are seeing those individual seconds here. Far too much is said or even done in between those seconds. Batman punching out the bad guy, that alone I reckon would eat up most of this time, but it happens in between the final 4 and 3 seconds. Comics are still, and then he went writing, they aren't at the level of decompression where this sequence really works. We crammed too much into what are supposedly seconds. This idea, this whole sequence, it has been redone and recreated in countless other comics. It's quite popular with modern comics every once in a while. And sadly, I can only remember two bad examples. Uncanny Excellent-Men, Christopher Clairvoyant did an issue in the mid-2000s where all of Rachel Phoenix's family, they are slaughtered by the Shite-Arse Empire. That one was, the whole issue was 3 minutes, I think. That kinda worked. The other is Tom Queen Batman rubbish with Yellow Flask. It might be the best Tom Queen issue because he barely writes anything in that one. It's an idea that works better in modern comics, the real-time stuff. Batman, he cuts off all the power to Gotham at the last possible second, which stops the nuclear device. I don't want to do this too much with the series. I reckon DC Challenge will be filled with stuff like this. The bomb was a portable nuclear device. It's inside a videotape. It's disguised within a standard VHS videotape. Videotapes are not connected to the mains. Cutting off the power shouldn't affect it. I am guessing we can say that its detonation was keyed to a digital clock, maybe a clock on the VCR player, and that Batman prevented that detonation by turning the power off before the clock hit midnight. But that is a lot of mental manoeuvring I have had to come up with. Maybe I would be good at writing DC Challenge. Back in 1876, we have Josh Brolin. But where is Megan Fox? Hey lads, we want to see Megan Fox, don't we? Josh Brolin, he stops some outlaws and then discovers a magic flagstone of some kind that transports him forward in time to the year 1985, the then present. We are introduced to even more characters. Over in San Diego, we have two characters I discovered as pre-Christmas on Infinite Earths. Completely different setups to what I knew. We have Congorilla, and him and Bill are separate back then. And we have Banana Beast, who is white, called Mike, and looks a lot like Animals Man out of costume. I actually thought it was Animals Man at first. He is blonde and wearing an orange shirt, but it's Banana Beast. They are attacked by a manticore, and before I turn the page, last issue set up a mystery. Superman went to the moon, and he found a device, and then he was attacked and knocked out by an unseen villain. We saw their boot in the final panel. It was a purple boot. And to me, it was obvious Mark Evanier had it as Lenny Luthor. Lenny Luthor in his purple costume, not the green armour. It was very clearly Lenny Luthor. I was fucking thrilled to see Lenny Wein reveal it wasn't Lenny Luthor, but actually Mongoloid, a character that he co-created with Jim Starman in DC Comics Presents 27. I was just so happy that it wasn't something as bland or as expected as Lenny Luthor. Lenny Luthor is a great character, but he would be an unexciting reveal. Meanwhile, we have stuff with Josh Brolin, still no Megan Fox, and then we're back with Banana Beast and Congorilla. Banana Beast, I mostly know Banana Beast only from Van Morrison's Animals Man. 2 mentions in one video for that run. But in that, he is black, he is African. It was a long time I read it, but his origin is something involving apartheid. Good race swap, maybe? I don't know. I barely know anything about him other than his appearances in Animals Man. I think Banana Burst is a That is how he hasn't been banned. He will say stuff like that with all the homophobic intensity he carries in his warped little soul, and then just bleep it out. It doesn't count as hate speech if you bleep it out, apparently. We have a really good bit, a solid hook. Acro Man in the Sahara Desert. This is the highlight of the issue. This is a successful bit of intrigue. We don't know how or why Acro Man is stranded in the Sahara. We only know that he is close to death from being away from water for so long. That is what DC Challenge needs more of. Bits exactly like this. The rest is kinda boring. Banana Beast and Congorilla fight the Manticore. One of the demons from last issue shows up too. And I will give some credit to its cliffhanger, which is especially funny. Josh Brolin, he cannot drive a car because he is from the 1800s. He is left in a runaway car that is heading straight for, let me quote this verbatim, a group of innocent children and nuns. Next issue is by Doggy Munch and Carmine Falcone. This one has a lot more creative spirit than the first issue. It's not great reading, but every few pages it maybe catches your attention with a new character or a new idea. I think I'll give issue 2 here a 7 thumbs up rating.